It's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
There we go. Nice play, baby. Let's go. Come on, man. Pick it up. Everyone's got four down. Hey. Play.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Hurry.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devon Kennard coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
734. 734. 694.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. They'll roll him out right. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Devon Kennard in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hey, 22! 22! Zero! Double right! 21!
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He finds Riddick, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete.
Express!
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. Spins by. Got some room at the 30. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam, and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Pass incomplete. Kenny Golladay, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound 22. Up as an incomplete pass.
Drill right, 22.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This is taken at about the 14. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Fournette fighting through. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And some space here. Into the secondary again. The 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's a give to Fournette. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
29.
A handoff to Fournette. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. And he'll bang that one through. Elliott now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So out now come the Lions. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And his first carry, he loses the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Hicks coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the 1st half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Third and long, it's Stafford. Here's one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maurice Alexander making the stop defensively.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
On play action, now Carr. And his throw here is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You're mine.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Here's Carr. Flush to his right. Hard throw, incomplete. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Drill right, 22.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
22! 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Hey, tag 50 left. Hey. Light. Set.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Going up top. It's caught at the 10. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there for Detroit. 54 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. He'll get it up the middle, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make it 17-13. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
694. Go. Get set.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And some room to work. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Carl try it again on 2nd down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Check three, check three, check three. Hey, Raider 2.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Hey, 7:34.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And he's brought down after a good gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Hurry! 21!
Stafford on 1st down. Lets it fly for Treadwell. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
93.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. Here's Matt Bosher now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. This is taken at the 15. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Ready?
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll run it here. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. On 3rd down, Stafford. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On 1st down, Stafford here. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nigel Bradham coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Hey, 22! Light.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Again, it's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Monday down. Later one. Go, go. Get set, get set.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right. An
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
On play action, it's Carr. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Eagles on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now a play fake. Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Out to the flat for Reddick. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Now, that's absolutely terrific technique right there by the corner. Exhibit A. Zone coverage, knew where his man was in relation to the football at all times, and made a nice play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now Stafford. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
All right, boys, here we go. Here we go, here we go.
Now it's Stafford. He finds Coleman, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to the full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll give it to him up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is third and goal.
Big 20, big 20. Like.
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. Forced out, and the Detroit Lions hit pay dirt. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Fournette on the counter. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Fournette. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On the run, it's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Carr. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball. When that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They've gone to the 4th quarter now in Dallas. And the Cowboys have added on to their lead. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Hey, 22!
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Trips right. Everyone's got 4 down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. He will push his way down to about the 14. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Back to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's brought down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
All right, get set, fellas.
They'll run with Fournette. And he's got room. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic.